question we have on our screen today says, y is 60 kilometers away from x. Now, the question is coming from bearing, and I would like you to remember that the word we respect in bearing is from. The same way we respect the word only in set. So if you come to bearing, please, wherever you see from, take cognizance of it. So I have y is 60 kilometers away from x. So now look at it, means that x is the main man, so x is at the center, so here is x, and y is 60 kilometers away from x on a bearing of 135 degrees. So it means if you start from the north of x and you have to get to 135 degrees, so 135 degrees is around here, so it means that y is somewhere here. Let's take it up. Y is somewhere here. So look at the bearing of what? The cardinal point for y. So here is y, and they say that y is 60 kilometers away from x on a bearing of from here to here is 135 degrees. Does it make sense? Now the next thing they said is z is 80 kilometers away from x on a bearing of 225 degrees. Now z again is 80 kilometers away from x. Now it means that if you start from the north of x and you read round, now 225 did that if you start from this same north and you read round, so it means that here 225 will be around here. So if you draw this thing down, you have to see, and if you watch the distances, they say that y is 60 kilometers and z is 80 kilometers away from x. It means that of z will be very down, will be longer. That's the distance between x and z is longer than the distance between x and y. So here, let's assume that z is somewhere here. Does it make sense? Do you understand? And they say that from here to here, take note, is 225 degrees. Now, the first question they ask is, we should find the distance of z from y. So if you join these two points, that's the distance from z from y. Let's call it k. And we should find it very fast. Don't forget the distance between x and z as 80 kilometers, what they told us. Does it make sense? Now, for us to find the distance of z from y, and I called it k, I'm seeing cosine rule here. And before we use cosine rule, we must find this the angle inside here. Now, let's resolve something. They said that from here to here is 135 degrees, right? And from here to here is 225 degrees. That from here to here is 135 degrees. Now, look at the angles that I need. I need this smaller angle here, and I equally need this smaller angle here. Does it make sense? So what is the value of this smaller angle here? If from here to here, and we all know that from here to here is 180 degree reason, each and every one of the quadrants is 180 with 90 degrees. So 90 plus 90, that's 180. So from here to here has to be 180 degrees. Now, if from here to here is 135 degrees, for you to get this smaller place, you must do the 180 removing 135. 180 minus 135 will give us this smaller place as 45 degrees. Does it make sense? Now, they said again that the bearing of z from y, that's from here to here, is 225 degrees, right? Now, and I actually need this smaller area, which is this smaller place. Now, if from here to here is 225 degrees, how do you get this smaller place? You must do the 225 degrees minus 180, which will give you this smaller area. So 225 minus 180 minus this 180 will leave us with here, which is 45 degrees. Does it make sense? So I found the value of this smaller area, which is 45 degrees, and equally the smaller area here, which is 45 degrees. So it means that the total angle here inside this triangle must be 45 plus 45, which is 90 degrees. Now, don't forget what they asked us. They asked us to find the value of z from y. And whenever you have an angle that's where we are looking for, and the angle facing it, and they gave the two sides beside it, just know that cosine rule will apply. So if we employ cosine rule here, I'll be having, and don't forget that cosine rule is all the formula, r squared is equals p squared plus q squared minus 2pq cos the angle facing this r that we are looking for, cos big R. Does it make sense? So if I apply this in here, I'll be having k squared is equals 80 squared plus 60 squared minus 2 times 80 times 60 cos the angle facing the k that I'm looking for, which is 90 degrees. So I have cos 90 degrees. Now, so I have k squared is equals 80 squared is 6,400 plus 60 squared, that is 3,600. So don't forget that cos 90 is 0. So cos 90 multiplying all these things must actually give 0. So no need of me writing it. So I have k squared is equals 6,400 plus 3,600 will give us 10,000. Now, if you want to get the value of k, you have to square root both sides. These two cancel square root. So I have that k is equals square root of 10,000 will definitely give us 100. So the distance between z from y is actually 100 what kilometer. So have you seen how I follow these things step by step? Make sure that I don't make any mistake and still arrive at my answer. So questions of bearing are not that way difficult. You just have to follow it, master the procedure, and you are good to go. Have a nice day. Like, comment, share, and follow Coaches Academy. Bye bye.